for starters, I want to ask, what's the one question that you guys always get that you hope no one ever asks again?
What's it like?
You're gonna force us to say it.
What's it like directing his brothers? Yeah.
That's not what I thought it was going to be, but that's a
What
good
did you
one.
think it was gonna be?
I'm sure it was going to be Marvel related,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, either way, I just want to know what not to ask. So now I'm going to scratch
Marvel's
that
fine.
one right off the list. Now, you guys have big plans for Citadel. I mean, it's sort of unprecedented in the way that you have these spin-off shows that are going to film in other countries. How are these shows going to end up interacting with one another? And by the way, Richard and Priyanka told me they're down for cameos.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's good.
They literally they said I had to tell you guys.
Okay, good.
That's good.
They may be cameoing. The whole concept behind this is brilliant, and we can't take credit for it. It was Jen Sulky at Amazon who called us and said, you know, can we tell a global story using artists from around the world who are all playing in the same sandbox together? And we thought it was brilliant because, you know, one of the few unifying elements we still have in this world are stories. And Anthony and I are collaborators and have been for 30 years, and so we love being inspired by other people. It just seemed like an incredible challenge and a fresh new way to tell a story. But what's important about it, I think, the experiment, is that every region has its own ability and its own agency to tell the story how they want to tell it. You know, they could completely change tone. They could tell a very intimate story. They could tell a large-scale story. It's just a universe that offers a lot of opportunity. You can ground it. You can go hyper-stylized with it. There's lots of directions they can take it in. Nobody was asked to replicate what we did with the U.S. language show. They were just asked to tell a story in the same world.
Yeah. So the way they're connected, there's a wide variety of ways they're connected. Sometimes it's thematically or through ideas. Sometimes it's within these unifying plot points that have happened in the universe, the larger narrative universe. Sometimes it's on a detailed character level even. So it changes.
Awesome. Well, I imagine that you guys won't tell me who the traitorous Citadel agent is.
No, we
but
won't.
I have theories. It was kind of cruel that you guys only gave me 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait till May 12th to find out. But I do have some theories.
Yeah,
That's good.
Now
I won't ask yet. I don't want to spoil it. We'll ask off camera.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Now, you guys got to team up with Stanley Tucci, and he's amazing. And one thing that I wanted to know about was because he was on Captain America, and then you guys sort of came in, you know, with Winter Soldier. Like, did you guys share any stories about your separate Captain America experiences?
I mean, we have on and off. I'll tell you, most of the conversation it surrounds his food show, which is like we're obsessed with, right?
Like everybody.
So
yeah.
it's like, you know, 90% of my conversations with Stanley are about where I can get a great meal.
Yeah, I talked to him about food too.
Yeah.
I asked him what Bernard's favorite meal would be.
Oh, that's a
And
good
what did he
one.
say? I
He
wanna
said
know.
BLT.
Oh,
Wow,
interesting.
that's really interesting.
By the way, that seems pretty accurate for
Yeah.
Bernard. Like, he has a very disciplined, functional personality.
It makes me happy to think about Bernard eating a BLT. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not even something I considered, but it was perfect. As soon as he said it, I was like, yeah, that's right. Now, I will make no bones about it, but Civil War is absolutely my favorite MCU movie
it's great.
to
Yeah.
this day. And I had to tell you guys that. And I'm curious, now that, you know, with your 4 movies, do you each have a personal favorite out of your 4 that you've made?
Oh, man,
Man,
it's like,
you gotta
you know,
pick the
picking,
kid.
yeah, picking
Come on.
favorite
I know
kid.
people say that that's a thing, but we all have a favorite kid. That's not.
But you never say it. You can't say it.
I mean, it really depends on you know, where we're at that moment in our lives. You could easily say Winter Soldier because it was the first one.
Yeah, it's hard not to because it was the first one. It had such a powerful experience.
But, you know,
yeah.
I don't know, I love all of
But
them.
the opportunity, every one of them presented like an incredible opportunity. Civil War, you know, right through, like, and just the way that Infinity War could work in tandem with Endgame was very unique.
It's a brutalism in Civil War that we were surprised they let us execute. You know, it's a for a very expensive commercial movie, it's dark, you know, and from a production design standpoint, a lighting standpoint.
And what Downey was willing to do as a performer,
Right.
where he was willing to take that,
was
character in
that
that
was a
story.
tough one to get made.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
I can imagine. Now, I know you guys have been pretty upfront about the fact that, you know, you might not go back to Marvel for a long time, but I am curious, would you ever be interested in having conversations about going to do something for DC? And if so, what DC character would pique your interest?
God.
Oh yeah,
That's a great
We don't
question.
we don't get asked a lot about DC characters.
But obviously James over there running it, it'll be a no-brainer. We love him to death. We love the direction he's going to take that world in. He's going to be inventive with it. And favorite DC characters. I mean, man.
There's so many good ones.
I know, there's so many good ones. I mean, it's everything. I always answer based on the comics I collected as a kid, right? And the two comics I collected the most were Spider-Man. Actually, the three were Spider-Man, X-Men, and Batman. But there have been a lot of iterations of Batman. So, I feel like that's an obvious answer. But
I know it's hard not to answer that.
Yeah. Considering that Batman's sort of like taking care of it. Well, I don't know. They got some stuff. I mean, I know you guys can't tell me. I was more just curious about which characters it would take for you to have that conversation.
I mean, it's a hard. Like, here's the thing. Here's how you know we haven't actually gotten literal about it and specific about it is because Batman would be my favorite character for my entire childhood. But obviously, it's been well explored.
Yeah.